There was a moment in football when one man looked unstoppable, stronger than defenders, faster than expectations, deadlier than anyone in front of goal. They called him the Emperor. And for a brief, unforgettable time, Adriano ruled world football. But this is not just a story about goals and trophies. This is the story of talent, loss, pressure, and the fragile human behind the superstar. Because Adriano's career didn't end the way anyone expected. And in many ways, his greatest battle wasn't on the pitch, it was within himself. Adriano Leite Ribeiro was born in Rio de Janeiro in the Vila Cruzeiro favela, a place where football is more than a game. It's escape, hope, survival. Like many Brazilian kids, Adriano grew up playing barefoot in tight streets, dodging traffic and trouble. But from the start, people noticed something different. He wasn't just skilled, he was powerful. Even as a teenager, Adriano played like a grown man. Explosive pace, unstoppable strength, and a left foot that could tear through nets. Flamengo spotted his talent early, and by his late teens, Europe was already calling. Inter Milan signed him in 2001. At first, he struggled to settle, bouncing between loans at Fiorentina and Parma. But at Parma, everything clicked. Serie A defenders couldn't handle him. Long-range rockets, solo runs, unstoppable physical dominance. Adriano looked like football's next global superstar. Inter brought him back. And that's when the legend truly began. Between 2004 and 2006, Adriano was one of the most feared strikers in the world. He scored from anywhere, outside the box, free kicks, counter-attacks, power headers, left foot thunderbolts, defenders bounced off him, goalkeepers feared him. At Inter, he became the face of the club's attack. In Brazil's national team, he was Ronaldo's successor, and on the world stage, Adriano exploded. The 2005 Confederations Cup made him unstoppable. He dominated elite defences and finished as top scorer, carrying Brazil to victory. For many fans, this was the peak Adriano, smiling, powerful, unstoppable. At just 23 years old, the world was at his feet. He had fame, money, trophies, and limitless potential. But behind the scenes, everything was about to change. In 2004, tragedy struck. Adriano's father suddenly passed away. The news devastated him. Friends later said Adriano never fully recovered from the loss. His father had been his biggest supporter, his anchor, his motivation. Without him, something broke. Adriano later admitted that this moment changed everything. He felt empty, lost, and the pressure of being a global superstar didn't help. Instead of healing, he tried to escape. Late nights, alcohol, missed training sessions, emotional struggles that few people around him truly understood. On the pitch, flashes of brilliance still appeared, but consistency disappeared. Inter tried to support him, coaches tried discipline, teammates tried encouragement. But Adriano was fighting something deeper, something football alone couldn't fix. By 2007, his decline was clear. Fitness issues, loss of focus, media criticism growing louder. The Emperor was losing his crown. Inter sent him back to Brazil to recover mentally and physically, but his relationship with professional football was fractured. In 2009, his contract with Inter was terminated. The superstar of world football was gone at just 27 years old, still young, still talented, but emotionally exhausted. Adriano returned to Flamengo, and for a brief moment, the magic came back. He helped Flamengo win the Brazilian League in 2009, finishing as top scorer. Fans celebrated his redemption, but the cycle repeated. Fitness problems, discipline issues, struggles off the field. Attempts at revivals followed, Roma, Corinthians, Atletico Paranaense, but none lasted. Each comeback carried hope. Each one faded quickly. By the mid-2000s, Adriano's professional career was effectively over. A player once compared to Ronaldo and Batistuta had slipped away from elite football before turning 30. So what happened to Adriano after football? Unlike many former stars who chase coaching careers or media fame, Adriano stepped away from the spotlight. He returned to Rio, back to the neighbourhoods where he grew up. Photos surfaced of him spending time with childhood friends, enjoying simple life moments, sometimes sparking criticism from fans who expected more. But Adriano never chased public approval. He chose peace over pressure. In interviews, he admitted football fame sometimes felt like a burden. Expectations crushed his joy for the game. He once said, "They called me emperor, but they never asked if I was happy." And maybe that explains everything. In 2025, Adriano is now seen differently, not just as wasted talent, but as a reminder that football is a human. He occasionally appears at Flamengo events, charity matches, and interviews reflecting on his career. Fans still adore him. Highlight clips still circulate online, those unstoppable runs, those missiles from outside the box, those moments when he looked invincible. Many still wonder what could have been. Could he have won a Ballon d'Or? Could he have led Brazil through another golden era? Could he have dominated Europe for a decade? Maybe. But Adriano's story isn't just about what he lost, it's about what he gave us. For a few unforgettable years, he was football's most terrifying striker, pure power, pure emotion, pure brilliance. And maybe the lesson of Adriano is this: talent alone isn't enough. Behind every superstar is a person dealing with grief, pressure, expectations and struggles we rarely see. Football remembers goals, but life is more complicated than highlight reels. Today, when fans look back, they don't just remember the goals, they remember the feeling. The excitement when Adriano picked up the ball, the fear defenders felt, the sense that anything could happen. Because for a while, when the Emperor played, football felt unstoppable, and even if his reign was short, no one who watched it will ever forget it, because legends aren't only defined by how long they shine, sometimes it's how bright they burn.